Are you tired of the 9-to-5 grind? In this video, I'm going to show you the most realistic path to making $5,000 or even $10,000 per month using just YouTube. A strategy that has helped me and many others of my clients achieve financial freedom. So stick around, because in this video, I will show you why YouTube is one of the most powerful tools in order to quit your job and live life on your own terms. So you'll have the tools that you need. You'll have the time, you'll have money, you'll have freedom, location, you'll have anything that you really want to get. And mostly that's time, location, and financial freedom. So one of those tools I use is Riverside. But I'll talk more about how you can actually use Riverside to streamline your process and generate $5,000 to $10,000 per month realistically. But first, you need to understand one of the biggest aspects when it comes to having financial, time, and location freedom. And it may not be quite what you think. Having a positive mental attitude is going to be one of the best aspects and one of the best tools in your toolbox when it comes to attempting to get financial, time, and location freedom. If you don't think you can do it, forget about it. You're not going to be able to do it. It's going to take hard work, all right? You are probably going to get a lot of people saying, and mostly your friends and family, who are going to say, you can't do this. And mostly it's just because they don't see how it's possible to do that, and they just simply don't know what they don't know. And they're going to tell you that as well. And they're just trying to put their own opinion into your life. And really, it shouldn't matter all that much, because I've seen so many people make this. You know, I have clients generating $100,000 per month on YouTube, and I'm getting there myself as well. Not quite there, but I'm still generating some really good revenue per month using YouTube. And so I'm going to show you how you can do that realistically. Let's, aim for $5,000 per month. I mean, you can probably, at least in most countries, replace your full-time income with that. So let's start with that. Now, before we dive in, let me make something very clear. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. Building a YouTube channel that generates real income takes time, effort, and it's going to take a lot of consistency, probably to the point where you don't want to create that day, or you just don't want to work that day, and you've just got to push yourself, and you have to. But if you are willing to put in the work, YouTube can completely change your life, like it's done with mine and a lot of my clients. The issue was that I thought I had to have the fanciest camera, the best microphone, which, I mean, you do have to have a good microphone. You've got to, your audience has got to be able to hear you nice and clearly. But I thought I had to have the fancy lights, the fancy camera, expensive computer. I have a $10,000 computer just sitting there doing nothing on my other desk. I'm using just a laptop right now to do all my work. You don't need a fancy computer. And if you've seen any of my videos, you'll see that I take production value pretty seriously, but in retrospect, you don't need that huge production value. Now, the only caveat with that is that if you are trying to shoot for high production value, it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of resources, a lot of finances. I mean, it's going to cost money to get all that type of stuff. But I actually use Riverside to do this because they've made it so easy and cheap in order to get high production value at a low effort, low cost, and speed up your workflow so it doesn't take as much time as it normally would. But there's this frustrating disconnect. Your videos aren't getting the views that they deserve, right? I get it, because I've been there. For 9 years, I struggled to figure out why my videos weren't breaking through. When I finally cracked the code, it completely transformed my channel. Now, before I share these 3 principles that unlocked those explosive growth for me, let's address something every creator faces: the hidden barriers to your workflow. So you have the best ideas in the world, maybe if your process is a little bit slow, clunky, or maybe just full of distractions, it's going to hold you back, right? But that's where I discovered a game changer, which is called Riverside. What makes Riverside different is that it doesn't just record your content, but it elevates it to make your creation process easier. Imagine this: you hit record and every piece of your audio and video is saved locally and flawlessly in really good quality, high quality. No internet lag, no, distorted sound, just pure professional grade content. It's ready to impress, and I'm actually using it right now, so you can kind of gauge on what it is and how it performs. But it gets even better, because Riverside's AI tools act like a behind-the-scenes editor. So it can clean up your recordings automatically, which is really awesome, removing those filler words or awkward pauses we all struggle with, and it saves me time, especially as a business owner when I'm recording videos for my content to promote my service, which I'll talk about it, and that's how I'm able to generate over $10,000 per month. That's a huge struggle, but it allows me to take out those awkward pauses, saves me so much time using AI. I click a button and it does it. With the transcription JavaScript-based editing, you don't have to dig through hours of footage. Just edit the text and your video updates instantly. Plus, their content reposting feature lets you turn one long recording into multiple short clips, so you can optimize it for different platforms. It's really powerful. It saves you a bunch of time too. So for me, the moment I realized how much time I'd actually be wasting was when I used their Magic Audio tool. My recording sounded like I had entered into a professional studio without actually needing any extra equipment, fancy microphones. You can have a pretty decent microphone. It changes the audio to make it sound like it was recorded with a studio microphone. I am using one right now, but I've done it with my phone's microphone. It sounds fantastic. If you're ready to reclaim your time to create better content faster, then you need to at least give Riverside a try, because you can use the link in the description for a free trial. And if you use the coupon code FROST15 at checkout, you'll actually get a 15% discount on top of that. All right, so now that you've actually got the tools to make your workflow smoother and make it as good as possible, let's talk about how you can use YouTube to generate large amounts of revenue, allowing you to quit your day job if that's what you wanted to do. It gives you time, location, and financial freedom. So one of the biggest things that I use is Riverside. Now, I've used equivalents in the past, but I think Riverside really helps in a powerful way because number one, you can also communicate with guests. So let's say you wanted to provide value, not just from yourself, but from another person who has knowledge in your industry. You can have a call with them online. You don't have to be in the same room. Riverside records locally to those computers and then uploads it later, so there's no lags or glitches or anything in your call. Plus, you get to actually edit each individual layer and clip so that essentially you are having full control over each audio track and video track. So you can do whatever you want in editing. Change which camera you want to see, and if you want to see them at the same time, you can do that in their editing suite on the browser, which is in their app, which is fantastic. Now, I'm going to show you how you can actually execute this, but first, I need to tell you about how you can actually get started with some of the strategies involved with YouTube, because it's not as simple as using basic and, outdated strategies like this. Don't buy this book, by the way. It's way too basic and it's actually got outdated information. That's why I actually teach the material on my videos. But I've created a 7-day free YouTube blueprint that walks you step by step through how to create, how to find the right ideas. It's not just about the tools you use, it's about what you have up here. So the YouTube blueprint walks you through, how to create, optimizing your videos and managing your channel, monetizing it even. And anyone who's used it has seen incredible results, but I can't guarantee it'll stay free forever. So if you are serious about turning YouTube into a $10,000 a month business, grab it with the link down below in the description. It's free for now. It's basically free coaching from me for 7 days on how to grow your channel and your business. But honestly, why should you listen to me? And that's a valid question. I've been able to grow YouTube channels since 2014, and I've helped over 100 creators build their YouTube channels into income generating machines. Some of them now make tens of thousands of dollars per month, and a few even pull 6 figures monthly. That went from a modest few $1,000s to making $10,000 per month after implementing the strategies I teach. It's the same strategy I use when I started to go from 5K per month to over 15 per month. But the real magic isn't just the money. It's the freedom YouTube provides, the freedom to work anywhere, to create content you love, to build something that keeps growing, and even when you're not actually working, you're still making that money. It's also passive income. So now that you know what's possible, let me show you step-by-step plan on how you can turn your channel into a money-making machine. This is the exact process I've used and I've taught to create life-changing results for other people. So let's take a look. Now on my screen here, you'll see that this YouTube channel is actually, I started pretty recently, but it's Murray Frost Unfiltered if you want to go check it out. But the strategy is what I'm going to show you here. Now, keep in mind, you can see that some of these videos don't have a lot of views, and that's not the point. The point here is to provide value, get people interested in your offer, and I'm specifically talking about personal brands right now. I'm not talking about faceless YouTube. Faceless YouTube is another topic. I teach people how to do that, but I also want to show you how to focus on a personal brand. So this is your face on camera. Now, one thing I'll say is I don't recommend you using AI if you're trying to do a personal brand. People don't, and when I say AI, like AI voices, AI faces, you've got to use your real voice, your real face, wherever possible, because that's going to help your audience understand who you are and also generate that personal connection with you. All right. And that's what I've done on this channel. So I actually did a challenge where I posted every day until I stopped posting. And I shouldn't have started this before the Christmas season, because when Christmas hit, that's when when the upload stopped, but then also show you how to batch record, which is super important. But the whole point of this is I was uploading every single day, getting views. And this is, from the first video here, 17 views, 16, 12, 13, 6, 26, 11. These are going to take time. They're search-based content. It's going to take time for people to find them on YouTube. This one got 280 views, which is actually a lot more than the average on this channel. I also did recently start this and it's got some really good results. So what I did was I provided really valuable content, but I also helped the audience in each video address or understand a different pain point that they're experiencing within their niche. The goal is to provide value in a niche where you feel like you have some good knowledge, experience, maybe some degrees, whatever you feel like you have some type of authority to talk on. And maybe you get some type of imposter syndrome where you're like, maybe I'm an intermediate, but I'm definitely not a professional. You can take the approach of showing people what you're learning in the process, and you can still teach people who are behind you in the knowledge that you have, and you can still provide a service and a product around that. You're just not going to get people who are super advanced. More often than not, you're going to get people who are sort of behind you and still learning. So you can still take that approach if you have intermediate knowledge. But my approach here with each video was to address a specific pain point, make it worse. So, hey, you're struggling with script writing. Okay, but the problem is that you're not even getting any views and your average view duration has gone down in YouTube. I'm going to teach you how to fix all of that. And so that's what I did in this 29-minute video. It got some pretty good attention, especially for a channel that has very, less than 2,000 subscribers. It's getting some fantastic results. Now, your goal here isn't views. Your goal is to convert and to connect with your audience. So first you want to connect with your audience. Then once they understand the value that you can provide and the problems that you're solving, you start to advertise or to do a call to action to your product or service, which let's say it's coaching, maybe it's a product that people can buy and they get it shipped to them or whatever it looks like for them, right? So that's how you're going to start to generate $10,000 per month on YouTube. Let's be realistic. Let's say $5,000 per month on YouTube. That's how I was able to do that. And I just did that through Twitter or X. And so what I did was I just posted value on X, posted some videos teaching people how to do this. I did threads. I did all kinds of stuff to provide value. And I think in the beginning of 2024, I was at 6,000 followers. And what's the date? You can see December 26th. It's now just over 10,000 followers. So fantastic growth. And that's how I was able to get from $5,000 a month to over $10,000 per month on just X alone. Now I've started to even include more on YouTube, and that's starting to increase it even more. So these strategies work. And let me just show you how simple this all looks. And I'll show you an example of what it looks like to keep it super simple while providing value. I'm not trying to tell you to do all this fancy editing like in this video. Like this video has a little bit of really good editing to keep your attention. That's why you're still at this point in the video, but also it's the value that I'm providing, and that's why you're still here. But let me show you what these videos look like, because they're very different to the one you're watching right now. So you can see it's not high retention editing. I'm just talking to the camera and then showing my screen. Actually, there's got some similarities in this video that you're watching now, but I'm not making it more complicated than I need it to be. I'm showing my screen, which number one helps engage my audience, but it also helps visually show what I'm trying to teach. It also helps me in my videos flow a bit better because I can often talk better to a screen while showing stuff instead of talking to the camera. Some people prefer to record like that. Some people can do both. So like what I'm doing is I'm talking to the camera and then also talking while I'm showing stuff on screen. That's a really powerful tool and asset to use. And so that's how I'm able to generate videos quickly. So create videos quickly using Riverside. It records my screen, records my face. Later on in editing, I can choose when to show the screen, when to show my face, or both at the same time, whatever I like. It can fix the audio and all kinds of stuff. Riverside is going to be one of the best tools in order to help you streamline your recording process, your editing process, and also your production value. And so it's going to help you generate much better videos at a lower cost with less time. So I kept it very simple. I recorded the video. I didn't even add music. You don't need music for this type of stuff. In fact, sometimes music won't even help your video get better. Sometimes it makes it worse because it's the wrong choice or it's too loud or it just doesn't work for the video. So I don't even have music in these videos. So the goal here is obviously, like I mentioned, not views. Even though this video did get, 280 views, which isn't that much, I'm actually generating clients because of this. And, clients, pay different amounts, but you can have, let's say 5 clients per month and they're paying, $2,000 per month, maybe it's $1,000 per month, whatever you feel like you're comfortable charging. 5 clients paying $1,000 per month, it's already $5,000 in revenue generated, which is honestly much easier than you think. So that's one of the biggest strategies when it comes to recording and using tools to get better content and record better content. So I teach people how to do this, and your filming process is going to be one of those aspects that really should stand out. So don't forget to check out Riverside with the link in the description. You get a free trial. And if you use the coupon FROST15 at checkout, you get 15% off your order. And so if you are serious about growing on YouTube and getting results that you actually are looking for, then check out the video over here on screen. It's going to show you why your videos aren't getting views and dive deeper into some of the results that you can potentially get and some of the strategies that you need in order to grow your channel even better and getting millions of views on not just your personal brands, but faceless content as well. So click on that video before it disappears. I'll see you in that video. Don't forget to subscribe.